Hello there, everyone. My name is Oversoul. This is Oversoul Gaming, and welcome back to Draugen. Yes. Now, we saw the remnants of murder and mystery in this here shop, and now we are going over here to explore the rocks below, where we believe, where so basically the family, let's see if I can remember this. The family, the two brothers, think, one of them thinks that his daughter was murdered by the other one's son. So he thinks that his daughter was killed by her cousin. And the other guy is like, no, she was always playing on those rocks, maybe she fell. So of course we're gonna go have an investigation. How did you get up there? How do I get up there?
Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy? Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about this. Whoops-a-daisy.
This guy is a little too proper. You gotta keep the language PG in a game about child murder, after all.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got
Edward.
herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart.
Tin Woodman?
You've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
Damn. He couldn't even say anything to that because she made a good point.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
You'd think.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
Is it a toy? It's a doll. A headless doll.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
That's fucked
Hold
up.
on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
It belongs in a museum.
Yes. Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath?
Oh, I didn't get to investigate the fall. I should have did that before
Do you
moving
follow
the
the
rock.
same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe Betty was also on to what happened and she was looking into it or something. Or she knew something and somebody killed her to keep her quiet. Either way, there's a lot of mystery and intrigue behind this. It almost makes me wonder.
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world. Right. It is awfully chilly.
One
Oh,
second.
Teddy Bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you,
You
see
don't
where
know
she
that.
fell?
Yep.
Certainly high enough to kill a child.
If I had to go, this would be the way to do it. Soaring through the air like a bird.
And landing like a rock.
Right, thank you. Jesus.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly,
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not.
And she's not gonna
Time
listen.
for this nonsense. I'm running out of daylight, and Betty's still
But it could be related.
still out there.
It could be related, my dude. Here's the thing. You don't know. I don't know. They don't know. The audience. You know?
Lissy, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something.
Maybe
Lissy,
not.
are you there?
Teddy,
My word. Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's
I had a feeling as I was running up, the fact that she wasn't answering me when we got to the top, she was going to be staring wide-eyed and mouth agape at something very disturbing off in the distance, and we were going to turn and look, and there was going to be something there. Something, didn't know what, but something. I wasn't expecting this, but I was expecting something.
one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
Maybe they were
They're
killed
not
by the
necessarily
Draugen.
connected.
Oh, come on. Ugh, this is just ghastly.
There's a sign.
What made him do this? How long has he been... What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother
Don't.
drowned herself?
Jesus. This
Sorry.
game got super dark, super quick. Everything she said. Woo! Oh, okay.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran,
No.
and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace?
No, not at all.
You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
This girl has a way of stabbing you right in the soul with her words, doesn't she?
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
Damn, I'm...
I can't reach that far.
Oh, I'll use the chair, I guess. This girl is... frickin'... Holy shit. I mean, she makes some good points, but damn, is she aggressive.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
Really now? That's an intriguing comment. I would like to hear more. Alright, we did it. Now let's toss his body over the cliff. I'm just kidding. We're gonna bury him, I think. Well, that was a fun adventure.
Where are the Fretlins, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight...
They're not coming back.
Perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
The simplest solution, he believes, is often the correct one. The villagers believe
Penny
Simon
for your
killed
thoughts?
Ruth, and so he most likely did. No. When tragedy befalls them, Edward thinks people tend to look for escape.
Perhaps she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
I don't think her cousin
Difficult to
killed
say
her.
with any certainty. The boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry.
He makes
Why
a
don't
good
you
point.
sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlins could still come home.
All right.
They're
Just
not.
don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck.
Yeah, trust me, dude.
I'll be up for a while. If
I
you
have-
feel like talking.
Fucked up my back permanently from sleeping on couches too much. And it's too late to fix it now. Alright, time to go have weird dreams again, maybe. Damn, you follow me everywhere. Still can't go upstairs, huh? Oh, we can go upstairs now. Well, this is new. Alright, let's have a peeks-a-daisy at what's going on up in here. What's this? It's all... Oh, okay. Oh my god, I really don't want to read all this, but I will. Let's see. Okay, so I read through all that, and it basically said that Ruth's mother suspected that Ruth was hiding something from her. She would leave for a long time and come back super dirty. And that his sister, Betty, never actually showed up. So there's that, too. Those are the important parts I took out of that. Otherwise, it was just, oh, and the mother here, Margaret, started coming up with a cold. Or coming down with a cold. We played the keyboard. Piano. Well, that was pretty. Thank you for that. Oh, and it bestowed upon me a trophy. How glorious. Alright, what have we here? Was this Ruth's room? Yes, these look like the drawings of a child. That looks like the bed of a child. That looks like the rocking horse of a child. So this must be the room of a child. Anyways, yeah. Alright, nothing to actually look at in here, from what I can see, from what I can determine. Not even this book. Ooh. I can't really ascertain too much as to what this is going on about, considering that it's blurry text and it won't let me actually read it, but I think I see the word Draugers in there, and that beast coming out of the water makes me think that she was reading about Draugers. Now, wouldn't that be something, considering the name of the game and all that, if this all really did have some kind of supernatural twist to it at the end and there was, like, a creature involved? But I also wonder if it's going to be like Firewatch, where the whole time it was just, you know, things happened and it was just normal stuff that happened. Well, normal-ish. A whole village of people dying isn't exactly normal, but what I'm saying is no actual spooky paranormal shit, just regular, everything could be explained by logic or science, right? And in the end, it was really just two really bored people having overactive imaginations. I almost wonder if this is gonna be like that, you know what I mean? Now this is a nice view. Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. So pretty. Screenshot pretty. Yes, thank you. Okay. Alright, time to go to the couch and sleepy bye. Because I don't see anything else to do. We've explored all the rooms. Place the hat on the mannequin. Yep.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy.
Not now, please. I'm exhausted.
I'm beginning to wonder if Betty's even real. That's another strong possibility. Perhaps Betty is nothing more than a figment of his imagination. After all, he does have memory problems.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
And you're
Don't stay
young
up
and
late.
energetic.
Wake me if you hear the Fretlins arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
No, shush.
no.
Hush now. Sleep.
Was she about to hum a Christmas tune? Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. It's day 3. And that thing is mildly creepy. Something ain't completely right in the noggin with this guy that we're playing as. I do know that much.
Alice!
Right up the stairs, Teddy. Teddy? Is that you?
Of course it's me.
This is her room.
Yes, I was here last
Are
night.
you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then... nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever.
Heavy.
Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look.
Oh, okay, so now we do that.
There's still no sign of the Fretlins.
Maybe they left town after Ruth died.
What's the point of this? I should be looking for Betty.
I hate you sometimes.
Man, she gets super triggered by the mention of Betty. I really wonder what's behind that.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Yes. Very much indeed. In fact, he's kind of an asshole to child. He's like, this child's drawing is primitive. Fuck you, buddy.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
something important enough to draw.
I think I know where our next destination is. Hold up. What the fuck? Well, okay then. You don't move, okay? Just stay where you are. Alright? And we'll get along just fine. What's this now?
Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
For Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
It's a
A figment
Draugen.
of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
I wonder. Anytime...
What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. They belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She
She
found
must
him
have
in the
enjoyed
mine.
collecting and playing with them.
These
But-
are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
Was the
She's-
treasure cursed?
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
In
If
the
we're to
mine.
believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite.
That's
Wherever
creepy.
she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures... They might be willing to do... terrible things.
Good point. People are evil.
What am I looking for?
Anything out of the ordinary. Something that could explain what happened to Ruth.
This is real life.
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why
That
did you
treasure
write
tells
this
us a
today?
lot.
Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
There's gotta be more to this, because she is a little unrealistically, like, wigged out by how much he wants to find his missing sister, which is completely understandable. I don't get her... Yeah.
This
The
must be the
church.
village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A
Yeah.
community divided.
Oh, the book.
There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
No,
She
shut
didn't
up.
imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings
Right.
could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This
events.
is what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a... bell?
The church bell. Someone's here. Maybe Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We should
I
be
told
careful.
you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
Alright, well, see you later. I'm gonna go possibly get myself killed, and hopefully you'll show up at just the last second to save my life, because that's how stories work. I guess I'll see you guys when we get there, unless anything interesting happens in between. Oh, here we are at the church. Alright. Who's
All
ringing
these
that bell?
fresh graves.
You got here
Do you
fucking
think
fast.
that maybe
No.
Betty.
I'd know.
But
You wouldn't understand. Elizabeth and I, we have a... No one's touched these since yesterday. Regardless of how they got past the boards, there's someone in there.
who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Alright, so how do I get past the boards? That's the real question, yes? Yeah, for sure someone's in here.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards? See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
Yeah?
Hello? I heard the bell!
This is giving me
I'm here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
Alright, let's do it then. He wasn't about breaking and entering before, but oh, it could be Betty, so let's do it now.
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. Didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet. Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister, Elizabeth.
Stop shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
You'll regret to say that later, probably.
What's this rope for?
The bell.
That's a good point.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you, it's ghosts. So what happened to the Hunchback of Grovik?
They must be here still. There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind. I mean... I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
There's no one here, but I do see a Mickey Mouse
Lizzie.
glove.
Look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she... She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make sense.
Breadcrumbs. She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a labyrinth.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill.
Something doesn't add up, though. Something just still
What
doesn't
happened
add
here?
up.
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive. The church book, a record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
Maybe.
And Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead,
Her name would be in the book.
There's nothing.
vandals. They tore it to pieces.
Oh, the
I don't think
pages
the
have been
missing
ripped out.
pages left the church. Look,
Oh,
how many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me. I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
that's just the Bible.
Found another one. You get it.
What are you doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
Just
Oh,
one
damn,
more
there's a lot of
page
names
missing.
on that one. One more page. One more page. I must find. Perhaps up here? Yep. Or no.
What's
no,
that?
This is something
The
else.
last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language.
Well,
He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on.
and how well did that
Something
work
to the
out?
effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Ah. Interesting.
It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
This sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Tilgi varandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly, but I wonder if they were even here.
Well, they were twin brothers. They must have been close once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us. Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Sorry about that, folks. I had a weird frame rate glitch with my computer, and the camera and the microphone both crashed. But luckily, it saved everything before it crashed, so I didn't have to start this whole thing over. I could just pick up where I left off. We're about done with this episode, anyways. I just wanted to make sure. So that's why I disappeared for a bit while I finished reading that shit. Figured you could go ahead and keep listening to that. And now I just need to find one more of these god-blasted pages laying around here somewheres. Is it maybe inside the...
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Okay, is the page maybe hiding inside the Bible here?
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document. For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Interesting that was their chosen...
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
Wait, he called it an important historical document and then said it was all fiction.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
Oh, I think I see the paper. No, that's just a fallen candle. Damn it, where is the last one?
I don't like that sound. Please stop.
Oh, okay. My bad. Seriously, though, where's the last goddamn paper? Oh, it was right here next to the thing. Wow, I didn't even see it there the first time I came up.
2 for 2. A tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Of horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Bitty, bitty, bitty. Will you ever shut up about your precious Betty? Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying to cheer you up.
Alright, let's do this.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the third Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
Meaning?
What does that mean again?
Curse.
Oh.
That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
I had a feeling.
He drowned the day after Ruth died.
Oh, really?
Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Mord?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
Yikes.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a
Traitor.
Damn.
Edward? What's wrong?
Final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be. I'd know. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still...
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me! Edward!
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you. This one. It's...
Bigger than the others.
What are you
And
doing?
unmarked.
Have you gone completely mad?
Yeah, he's digging up a grave. He... That's fucked
Edward,
up.
stop it!
Oh, thank God. It's not
It's
her.
not her. It's not Betty.
But it's still a dead person.
not her.
And you just dug up a grave.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like
Or
that.
what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet!
What's left of it?
Just
What does he have, cancer
Leave
or
me be.
something?
Fine.
Wait,
see,
what?
Alice, come back. Don't leave me alone, please. Come back. I need you.
Lizzie's not real? She's a figment of his imagination. She's a hallucination because he's crazy.
Lizzie, where are you? Lizzie! I was afraid you'd left me. Now listen to me. No!
What the fuck? This just got very weird. But also, I think I kind of get it, too. Huh.
Lissy. Hey. Lissy, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
Good God.
You deserve to be alone.
Wow. I did not see this coming.
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day?
Well, you're not real.
That I'm your puppet. Your little plaything. Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable. Lissy? Alice? No! What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Alice. What have you done?
But
Please, be all right. Please don't.
You make me sick, Edward.
what the fuck?
Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed. They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have, and we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
No,
This game took a weird turn.
never.
What the hell was all
Never
that?
forget. I am never alone.
Yeah, but also no. What?
Wake up, Edward.
Oh shit. Oh, so you
Stop
are real.
hiding. Where you go, we go, Edward. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lissy?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her to...
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
Well, it's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to you, Lissy. Oh.
Wow, this game just took a very weird, very dark, and very depressing turn all at once. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait until the next episode to see what becomes of all this, but wow, what's even real anymore? I don't know. Apparently, Elizabeth was never, or not Elizabeth, Alice was never real. Apparently, Alice was never real. And now we have this weird weeping angel from Doctor Who looking statue giving us orders and shit. What is this? What happened? What's going on? I'm very curious to know. And I'm sure you are too, so be sure to stay tuned for the next episode coming on Wednesday. But until then, let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave it a like. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you possibly on another day, definitely at another time, and likely in another video. Okay, goodbye.